station, your voice. News at 5 in association with Accoland Amusement Park, Annapurna Foods, Junior Holics, and Biz Farm Biscuits. Ahead of NSCNIM's Emergency National Assembly, NSF delegation calls on Twingaling Muiva at Camp Hebron. NSF may have impressed upon top NSCNIM leadership to continue dialogue, say sources. Thousands take to the streets in Arunachal's Longding protesting taxation and abduction by underground groups. Enough is enough, say people of Tirap, Changlang, Longding area. Eight from Northeast amongst 685 who cleared UPSC examinations, 2 each from Assam, Nagaland and Manipur, and 1 each from Arunachal and Meghalaya make the cut. One killed, 4 injured in powerful IED blast in Manipur's Thobal district. Don't target innocents, says Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Chief Minister vows to bring perpetrators to book. And alleged mastermind behind Batadrawa arson case dies after being knocked down by police vehicle while trying to escape. Hello and welcome to the news at 5. I am Ronak and we start the bulletin with the big breaking news on the Naga peace talks. Well, ahead of the extremely rare emergency meeting of the NSCNIM National Assembly tomorrow, a delegation of the Naga Students Federation or NSF today met the group's General Secretary Twingaling Muiva and other top leaders at Camp Hebron, the NSCNIM headquarters. Chubao Zukum, the former president of the NSF and currently an advisor to the Naga Hoho, also accompanied the NSF delegation. Highly placed sources have told Northeast Live that the NSF delegation may have impressed upon the top NSCNIM leadership to continue dialogue process with the government of India until an honorable and acceptable solution to the Naga problem has been arrived at. The NSF is understood to have impressed upon the fact that the NSCNIM has been a key stakeholder in the Naga peace process and therefore it was important for the group to be at the forefront of the negotiating process. All eyes are now on the NSCNIM National Assembly meeting tomorrow because the group had in the past few days taken a decision not to engage further in peace talks with New Delhi. This was confirmed to your channel by the chairman of the ruling UDA government, T.R. Zeliang, yesterday. And it was in view of the NSCNIM decision that Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio and other top core committee members met the NSCNIM leaders led by V.S. Atem at the police complex in Chumukedima on Saturday. Chief Minister Nephew Rio and others impressed upon the NSCNIM leadership not to adopt such a rigid posture at this stage, when the centre is keen on resolving the Naga issue. The core committee has since proposed that Assam Chief Minister and NADA convener Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma should play an active part in taking the peace process forward to its logical conclusion. The core committee has also informed the NSCNIM leadership about its keenness to have Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma's active involvement from now on. So viewers, indeed a big development as far as the Naga peace talks are concerned ahead of the extremely rare emergency meeting of the NSCNIM National Assembly tomorrow. A delegation of the Naga Students Federation today met the group's General Secretary Twingaling Muiva and other top leaders at Camp Hebron, the NSCNIM headquarters. Chuba Ozukum, the former president of the NSF and currently an advisor to the Naga Hoho, also accompanied the NSF delegation. Highly placed sources told Northeast Live that the NSF delegation may have impressed upon the top NSCNIM leadership to continue the dialogue process with the government of India until an honorable and acceptable solution is arrived at. All right, and to give us more details, I'm being joined now live from our newsroom by our editor-in-chief, Wasvir Hussain. Wasvir, tomorrow is a big day as far as the Naga peace talks are concerned, with the NSNIM Emergency National Meeting, National Assembly, I beg your pardon, set to take place. So we are getting inputs that various organizations are requesting the NSNIM to continue the dialogue. So what are you picking up at this point in time, Wasvir?
Well, Ronak, at this point in time, even as we are speaking, a delegation of the Naga Students Federation, an influential civil society organization in the state, is meeting the NSCNIM top brass at Camp Hebron. They are meeting the NSCNIM General Secretary, Mr. Twingalang Muiva, and other top leaders of the NSCNIM. Accompanying the NSCN delegation at this point in time is Mr. Chuba Ujukum in his capacity as former president of the Naga Students Federation. And of course, Mr. Chuba Ujukum at this moment is also an advisor of the Naga Hoho. Now, these meetings have assumed significance because after the Delhi meetings where the stakeholders, including the NSC and IM, had met the interlocutor A.K. Mishra and other government leaders, apart from leaders of the state government, the NSCNIM returned to Camp Hebron near Dimapur, Nagaland's commercial hub, and they had adopted a decision, they had taken a decision not to engage in any further discussions with the government of India. This was after their issue of flag and constitution were not accepted by the central government. That was what the impression given that the NSCNIM leadership got. They returned and taken a decision. They took a decision not to engage in any further discussions with the government of India. It was in this backdrop that the core committee, headed by Chief Minister Nafi Rio and other top leaders, had met the NSCNIM at the Chamukidima police complex on Saturday. The NSCNIM on that occasion was led by Mr. V.S. Atem. And therefore, now that the NSCNIM has called or summoned its very, very rare emergency meeting of its National Assembly that is going to be held tomorrow, this meeting by the NSC and NSF, the Naga Students Federation, has assumed a greater significance. Now we are getting reports that the NSF delegation, the Naga Students Federation delegation, will also impress upon the NSCIM leadership not to take such a hard stand and continue with the negotiations. The argument being put forward, according to sources, is that the NSC and IM had been engaged in the peace process for the last 25 years and is one of the very, very vital or key stakeholders as far as the Naga peace talks are concerned. Therefore, the NSF is urging upon the NSC and IM not to withdraw from the peace process and take it through its logical end so that an acceptable and honorable solution to the Naga peace talks or Naga peace process can be arrived at. So this is a very crucial meeting. Now, let's talk about tomorrow's meeting. Now, we are getting to understand, for sources familiar with the NSC and IM, that in the course of the long Naga history, the National Assembly has not been held very many times. So this is a very, very rare meeting of the NSC and IM where its three wings, that is the civil wing, the military wing, and the parliamentary or the legislative wing leaders are going to attend. So this with me, I am holding with me the entire agenda of tomorrow's meeting of the National Assembly that the NSC and IM has convened. This is going to start at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, 10:30 in the morning tomorrow, and this is going to take place at the General Headquarters Church of the Naga Army. So I believe this is going to be within the Camp Hebron complex near Dimapur, the Nagaland's commercial hub. The venue, as mentioned in this agenda, is the General Headquarters Church of the Naga Army, which I believe should be within the Camp Hebron complex. But anyway, that's a different matter. That's not important. But what is important is this meeting that is taking place at 10:30 a.m. Tomorrow. The moderator of this meeting will be Mr. K.K. Angami, member collective leadership, caretaker, convener of the steering committee. And there will be recording secretaries, registration of delegates, and so on. And the meeting begins with an opening prayer by opening prayer, and of course there will be a speech by the NSC and IM chairman, opening remarks and opening address, Mr. Q Tuku. And after that, there will be a report on the Naga political talks with the government of India. That is, of course, going to be delivered. The report is going to be put forward to the National Assembly by NSC and IM General Secretary, Mr. Twingalang Muiva. And there will be discussions. After that, there is discussions on the Naga political talks, reaffirmation of the Naga national principle by Chairman of the NSC and IM, that is Q Tuku, and reaffirmation of Nagalim for Christ, as they have mentioned in this agenda, and that is also going to be by the chairman. So declaration of Naga National Prayer Day, again by the NSCNM chairman, confession and vow, mass prayer and benediction. So this is the entire agenda that Northeast Live has accessed. There might be changes, we don't know, but this is what we have with us at this point in time. There is going to be a report on the Naga political talks that is going to be placed before the National Assembly by NSC and IM chairman Twingalang Muiva, and there will be, of course, the entire National Assembly session is going to start with a prayer and then an opening address by NSC and IM chairman Mr. Q Tuku. So
Right.
this is going to be a very, very crucial meeting where the NSC and IM is going to decide on its future course of action, whether they're going to continue with the dialogue or if is there an alternative. Now big questions are being asked. Can the NSC and IM withdraw from the Naga peace process? So these are some of the big questions that on which we're going to get the answers tomorrow.
Absolutely. So, Waswir, at this point, can we say that tomorrow's Emergency National Assembly will be extremely crucial as far as the continuation of negotiations is concerned, Waswir?
Absolutely, Raunak. The decision that the NSC and IM is going to take tomorrow at its National Assembly is going to decide the future of the Naga peace talks, at least from the NSC and IM's point of view. So whether the NSC and IM continues with the peace talks, whether they're going to stick to the demand, a core demand, as they said, of a flag and a constitution, whether they're going to walk the extra mile, reach an understanding that the government of India has already said that what we are going to understand by the co-chairman of the ruling United Democratic Alliance in Nagaland has gone on record many times in the last couple of days to say that the government of India is willing to allow the Nagas the use of the flag for cultural purposes, and also willing to get some kind of a reflection of the Naga statute or the Yuzabo into the Indian constitution. So there is all the government of India, according to our understanding, and as stated by the co-chairman of the ruling UDA alliance government in Nagaland, Mr. Ajo Nenu, is that the government of India is willing to walk the extra mile in order to resolve the protracted Naga political issue, willing to allow the Nagas the use of the flag, but for cultural purposes, and also allow a reflection, also get a reflection of the Naga constitution or the Yozabo into the Indian constitution. Now, the big question is whether the NSC and IM is going to accept this offer, if I may use the word offer at this point in time, because the government of India or the interlocutor has not commented on this, but although the government of India and the interlocutor A.K. Mishra has not commented on this, a responsible leader like Mr. Azo Neno, who is the co-chairman of the ruling UDA alliance in Nagaland, has said that this is the offer by the government of India. All eyes on tomorrow's meeting. What kind of a decision is the NSA and IM going to take? Is the NSA and IM willing to continue with the talks? Will they or can they actually withdraw from the talks after 25 years? In total disregard of Naga public opinion, which is in favor of peace. But yes, the NSA and IM has its point of view. It's a very old organization, but there are everybody is hoping, the government of Nagaland is hoping, the core committee is hoping that good sense will prevail. NSA and IM, being one of the key stakeholders, will not withdraw from the peace process and take the lead in the negotiation so that an acceptable and honorable solution to the 7 decades or more Naga political problem is finally arrived at.
Absolutely. To all eyes on tomorrow's crucial National Emergency Assembly. Indeed, Waswir, and thank you very much for joining us this evening and giving us all of those latest details. All right, viewers, so we will slip into a very, very short break here. Don't go anywhere. Lots more coming up on the other side. Stay tuned. Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
বাহ ও বাহ
অপূর্ব ভ্যারাইটি অপূর্ব মূল্য ডাউনলোড মিশো
मेरा वॉलेट अच्छा ये है।
सर आप पेमेंट ऑनलाइन कर सकते हो?
वाह, बड़े स्मार्ट हो। कहाँ से हो और कौन कौन है घर में?
सर बस मैं हूँ, माँ है और छोटा भाई है। और सर मोदी जी भी।
पीएम मोदी?
जी
मतलब?
मैम, मैंने ये गाड़ी ली है मुद्रा लोन से। अब मेरी माँ को दूसरों के घर काम करने नहीं जाना पड़ता और मैं खुद भी पढ़ता हूँ और अपने भाई को भी पढ़ाता हूँ और मेरा धंधा एकदम स्टेबल है।
लेकिन मोदी जी, तुम्हारे परिवार से?
मैम, जो अपने होते हैं ना, वो हमेशा एक छत के नीचे नहीं होते, पर वो हमेशा हमारे साथ होते हैं, चाहे दुख हो या सुख।
दुनिया इधर से उधर हो जाए, ये मोदी है ना, गरीब का साथ कभी नहीं छोड़ता।
गरीब कल्याण की योजनाओं से कोई भी लाभार्थी छूटना नहीं चाहिए।
के पीछे
थैंक यू सर।
भारत सरकार की मुद्रा लोन का लाभ आप भी लें।
ये भारत का नया दौर है, ये भारत का नया दौर है, ये भारत का नया दौर है।
Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice. Welcome back, viewers, and on to another big story now. Well, the results of the Union Public Service Commission of the UPSC has finally been announced. As per latest inputs, 2 candidates from Assam and 2 each from Nagaland and Manipur and 1 each from Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh have cleared the prestigious examinations. From Assam, Shilpa Khanikar secured the All India rank of 506 and Debajyoti Bormon achieved an All India rank of 639. From Nagaland, Viku L. Achumi secured All India rank of 567, while Imsenaro Walling secured All India rank of 585. The 2 from Manipur who cleared the exams are Wairokpam Punishiba Singh, who secured an All India rank of 238, and Makak Mayum Hosni Mubarak, who secured a rank of 575. Meanwhile, Arunachal's Teumzin Chonjom secured the 554th rank. Ankur Das from Meghalaya secured the 52nd rank. And notably, a total of 685 candidates have passed the UPSC examination this year, with the top 3 candidates being females. St. Stephen's alumnus Shruti Sharma topped the chart, followed by Ankita Agarwal and Gamini Singla. Yes, viewers, the big development as far as the UPSC exams are concerned, with the results of the prestigious examination having finally been declared. As per the latest inputs, 2 candidates from Assam and 2 each from Nagaland and Manipur and 1 each from Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh have cleared the examinations. From Assam, Shilpa Khanikar secured the All India rank of 506, while Debajyoti Burman secured a rank of 639. From Nagaland, Viku L. Achumi secured All India rank of 567, while Imsenaro Walling secured All India rank of 585. The 2 from Manipur who cleared the examination are Wairokpam Punishiba Singh, who secured a rank of 238, while Makak Mayum Hosni Mubarak secured an All India rank of 575. Meanwhile, Arunachal Pradesh's Teumzin Chonjom secured a rank of 554. Ankur Das from Meghalaya, meanwhile, secured the 52nd rank in All India ranking. Notably, a total of 685 candidates have passed these UPSC exams this year, with the top 3 candidates, all of them being females. St. Stephen's alumnus Shruti Sharma topped the chart, followed by Ankita Agarwal and Gamini Singla.
ভাল লাগিছে
কেনেকুৱা প্ৰস্তুতি আপুনি চলাইছিলে যেতিয়া পৰীক্ষা অৱতীৰ্ণ হৈছিলে কেনেকৈ আগবাঢ়িছিলে?
হয় মই 2018ৰ অগষ্ট ছেপ্টেম্বৰ মানৰ পৰা পৰীক্ষাৰ কাৰণে প্ৰিপেৰেশ্যন ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছিলোঁ। প্ৰথম মই মোৰ ফ্ৰেণ্ডছ আৰু ছিনিয়ৰ্ছৰ পৰা গাইডেঞ্চৰ থ্ৰু দি ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছিলোঁ আৰু মোৰ অপশ্যনেলছৰ কাৰণে শুভ্ৰা মেমৰ তাত ক্লাছো লৈছিলোঁ। চ' ইভেঞ্চুৱেলি নিজেই এফৰ্ট দি পেলাই লগৰ সকলোৰে হেল্প এণ্ড ছাপৰ্টত থিংছবোৰ কনচলিডেট হ'ল। এইটো মোৰ থাৰ্ড এটেম্প্ট হয়। ইয়াৰ আগত মই 2টা প্ৰিলিমছ দিছিলোঁ, বাট মোৰ প্ৰিলিমছ কোৱালিফাই হোৱা নাছিলে। দিছ টাইম মোৰ প্ৰিলিমছ মেইনছ আৰু ইণ্টাৰভিউ ফাৰ্ষ্ট টাইম কোৱালিফাই হৈছে।
দৈনিক কিমান ঘণ্টাকৈ আপুনি অধ্যয়ন কৰিছিলে?
ঘণ্টাত এনেকৈ নাথাকে, বাট 2019ৰ পৰা 20ৰলৈ মষ্টলি এভৰিডে ট্ৰাই কৰিছিলোঁ যে মিনিমাম 10 ঘণ্টা পঢ়োঁ, কিন্তু লাষ্ট ইয়েৰ মোৰ এনেকুৱা ইমান ষ্ট্ৰিক্ট এটা শ্বিডিউল নাছিলে। হয়, মোৰ স্কুলিং আনন্দ একাডেমি দিছপুৰ, আৰু তাৰপিছত মোৰ হাই ছেকেণ্ডেৰী কটন কলেজৰ পৰা পাছ 2013ৰ বেটছ, এণ্ড তাৰপিছত মই ইলেক্ট্ৰিকেল ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰিং গ্ৰেজুৱেট হয় NIT শিলচৰ ক্লাছ অফ 2017, এণ্ড তাৰপিছত মই 1 বছৰ জব কৰিছিলোঁ। তাৰপিছত আই ডিচাইডেড যে আই ৱান্ট টু প্ৰিপেয়াৰ, চ' মই জব এৰি পেলাই প্ৰিপেয়াৰ কৰিছোঁ। নিজৰ ডাইৰেকশ্যনটো নিজে প্লেন কৰি ল'ব লাগে। যদি ইনিচিয়েল আপুনি চ'ৰ্চেছ ডিচাইড কৰি লৈছে, দেন ৰেষ্ট্ৰিক্ট ইয়ৰ চেল্ফ টু দ'জ চ'ৰ্চেছ আৰু কিপ অন ৰিভাইজিং দ'জ চ'ৰ্চেছ। ইন দ্য মিন ৱাইল কাৰেণ্ট ইছ্যুজবিলাকৰ কাৰণে ইউ কেন এডপ্ট মাল্টি প্ৰংড এপ্ৰ'চ। যিহেতু মই নিজে কাৰেণ্ট ইছ্যুজ পঢ়ি বহুত ভাল পাইছিলোঁ, চ' সেইটোত মই নিজকে ৰেষ্ট্ৰিক্ট কৰা নাছিলোঁ। মই যিমান পাৰোঁ বেছি চ'ৰ্চেছ পঢ়িছিলোঁ।
And of course, as already mentioned here, viewers, another very, very significant thing to note here is that all the 3 top positions for the UPSC examinations this year have been held by girls. Yes, indeed, viewers, this is a case of girls outshining the boys as far as the top of first, second, and third ranks are concerned for this year's prestigious UPSC exams. So, Shruti Sharma, Ankita Agarwal, and Gamini Singla have secured the first, second, and third ranks respectively in the Civil Service Examinations 2021, the results of which were announced by the Union Public Service Commission today.
People expected me that I was very anxious about my result, but it's a pleasant surprise. I just got to know. I still can't get my head around it, but it's a great feeling. I just like to say that the journey required a lot of hard work. It required a lot of patience, and I think that only. And you should obviously also do what you like to do, and that will give you the required motivation to continue in this journey. So that was rewarding.
And shifting focus now. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has come out strongly against the perpetrators involved in the Konjon IED blast. Addressing media persons today, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said that the Home Department has already launched an investigation to nab those involved in the incident. He assured that the perpetrators will not be spared at any cost.
I strongly condemn this kind of cowardly act, just planting a bomb and killing the innocent laborers. What is the use? If they had the guts come and shoot me, then why they are targeting the innocent laborers? They are coming here to earn money for the livelihood, and they are working for the betterness of our state. They were working for the water supply projects. That water supply scheme we have to provide drinking water to the people of the state. This I strongly condemn it, and I will hunt down them.
And it may be mentioned here that at least 1 person has been killed and 4 others injured after a powerful IED blast rocked Manipur's Thobal district past midnight on Sunday around 1:30 a.m. The explosion reportedly took place inside the community hall at Sapam Mayai Lekai Konjong, where a few non-local laborers were engaged in some work. The workers, as reports claim, were appointed by the water tank construction companies Koya and GCKC. While 5 workers were rushed to the hospital, 1 unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. Meanwhile, the deceased has been identified as Pankaj Mahato of West Bengal, and the injured have been identified as Arup Mandal, Sovik Patra, Apurva Mandal, and Rajesh Ramanik. The police have cordoned off the spot for forensic inspection, and a case has been registered at the Konjam police station for further investigation. And staying with Manipur now, extending support to Chief Minister N. Biren Singh's War on Drugs 2.0, the Maram Naga community of Manipur, under the aegis of Maram Union, led by its president and former minister Francis Nga Jokpa, today met the Chief Minister in Imphal. The community took a pledge in the presence of the Chief Minister not to allow cultivation of poppy or carry out any illegal drug activities in their jurisdiction. Chief Minister Biren Singh also lauded the Maram community for coming out and extending their support, and he also appealed to other communities in the state as well to come out and support the state government's war on drugs.
As a mass movement, the peoples from the hilly areas have already come out and openly announced to eradicate all kind of illegal drugs related things, including poppy plantation. But it is time for the valley people. Valley people also, some area has already started. They have already made the rallies. They already doing house to house search, and they are also even started arresting of those involved in the drugs smuggler, but not in a large scale. What I want and what I'm appealing to the people of the state, mainly those who are in the valley, those affected area by the drugs. I already mentioned in some like Lilong, like Ketrigao, like my Kairang, Hengang, then Kairao, then some part of the Imphal East and Imphal West. So please do come out and please do surrender your business, the drugs, illegal drugs, so that the present generation and the future generation can be survive on, with healthy. That is my appeal.
It's time for another very short break here, viewers, but don't go anywhere. Lots more coming up on the other side. Stay tuned. Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
সাধারণ স্টিল এনে কই পরে মাইথন স্টিল এনে কই পরে ধম কই
ये लो बेटा तुम्हारा नया टीवी।
थैंक यू।
और अम्मा राम राम। घर में और कौन कौन है?
मैं, तेरे दादा, बेटा, बहू, पोती और मोदी जी।
माने पीएम नरेंद्र मोदी रिश्तेदार है अम्मा।
देख, मोदी जी ने तेरे दादाजी का ऑपरेशन करवाया, घर में पानी, बिजली, गैस, टॉयलेट सब लगवाया। नहीं समझा? इधर आ। देख बेटा, जो परिवार का होता है उसका घर में नहीं दिल में रहना जरूरी होता है।
दुख दर्द क्या होते हैं उनको बहुत निकट से अनुभव किया है, और वही अनुभव है जिसको लेकर के आज एक परिवार के सदस्य के रूप में काम कर रहा है।
सही है अम्मा, मोदी जी मेरा परिवार है।
Trending issues of the day. Who are the newsmakers? Is the voice of the people reaching the corridors of power? Welcome to Bottom Line.
Welcome back, viewers, to the news at 5. And before we continue, let's have another look at the headlines. Ahead of NSCNIM's Emergency National Assembly, NSF delegation calls on Twingaling Muiva at Camp Hebron. NSF may have impressed upon top NSCNIM leadership to continue dialogue, say sources. Thousands take to the streets in Arunachal's Longding district protesting taxation and abduction by underground groups. Enough is enough, say people of Tirap, Changlang, Longding region. Eight from Northeast among 685 who cleared UPSC examinations, 2 each from Assam, Nagaland and Manipur, and 1 each from Arunachal and Meghalaya make the cut. One killed, 4 injured in powerful IED blast in Manipur's Thobal district. Don't target innocents, say Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Chief Minister vows to bring perpetrators to book. And alleged mastermind behind Batatrava arson case dies after being knocked down by police vehicle while trying to escape. Welcome back, viewers, and on to another big story now. Anger, frustration, and defiance. Enough is enough, say residents of Arunachal Pradesh's Tirap, Changlang, and Longding districts, as they took to the streets today in thousands, protesting against the illegal taxation and abduction carried out by underground groups, particularly the NSC and KYA. Frustrated with the frequent illegal taxation and abduction committed by the NSC and KYA in the Tirap Changlang Longding belt, a mammoth gathering over 5,000 people comprising of the residents of the area took part in a massive protest rally against the insurgent groups today. Series of protest rallies were held in Tirap, Changlang and Longding districts, with the protest in Longding being the largest.
तो यहाँ से मोमेंट होके हम लोग डीसी ऑफिस पहुंचेगा। ये NSN KY ने हम लोग को फ्रीक्वेंटली किडनैपिंग कर रहा है, इसीलिए हम लोग इसको किडनैपिंग नहीं होना है बोल के हम लोग ये प्रोटेस्ट रैली कर रहा है अभी।
So today is like one remarkable day where we all come together. We all come from, like, everyone's coming from different areas of Fancha Longding, and we come with a message where we stand against threatening, kidnapping, extortion, and atrocities.
Thank you, ma'am.
We would love to stay in peace, and we would ask for some humanity as well.
आज हम लोग जो प्रोटेस्ट किया कि एक दूसरा को खराब पाने के लिए, एक दूसरा को चोट लगाने के लिए नहीं है, क्योंकि यह हमारा जगह में 1995 से एनएनसी बन के नाम सुना है और निकला है। उसके बाद में आज तक हम लोग देखा है कि कैसा इतना शांति से पब्लिक लोग नहीं मिलता है, थोड़ा दुख से भर रहा है। और स्पेशली दिस टाइम इन लोग 2-3 गंगबुरा मेंबर और लीडर लोग किडनैप करके रखा है। अभी भी 2 आदमी लोग वापस नहीं गए। ऐसा ना होने के लिए, इन लोग को दुख पहुंचाने के लिए, हम लोग को दुख पाने के लिए नहीं, इसी जगह में हम लोग के जगह में पीस चाहिए, शांति चाहिए, ताकि हम लोग अच्छे से जीना दें। अप्रोक्सीमेटली यहाँ पर हमारा 3-4,000 जैसा होगा, वैसे एग्जैक्टली तो नहीं गिन पाया। और आज का प्रोटेस्ट तो वही है जो हम लोग ऑलरेडी प्ले कार्ड में लिखा हुआ है, और हम लोग ने मतलब ये डिमांड है कि जो हम लोग का टीसीएल आर्मी लोग को जो किडनैप करके जो टॉर्चर करता है, किडनैप करके जो डिमांड करता है, उसी का अगेंस्ट है। और हम आशा करता है कि आज का ये इतना सारा लोग इतना आवाज़ उठाने के बाद में ये बंद करेंगे, और गवर्नमेंट भी हमारा साथ देंगे। और अभी जितना तक भी 10 से ज़्यादा लोग को मतलब किडनैप कर चुका है, गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एंड गवर्नमेंट ऑफ अरुणाचल प्रदेश के तरफ से। और दूसरा है कि NSN KYA जो लोग हम किसी वो लोग का जो NSN के साथ बोल के अगेंस्ट, हम लोग वो लोग कहता है कि इस तरह का है, किसी फैक्शन के अगेंस्ट नहीं है, लेकिन उसके साथ अगेंस्ट है जो इलीगल काम करता है। पार्टिकुलर जो लोग है, जो लोग किडनैप करते हैं, वो हमारा वांचो लोग है, वांचो को किडनैप करते हैं। इस तरह का जो इलीगल एक्टिविटी जो नहीं करना चाहिए, अभी तक हम डिमांड करते रहेगा।
आज का इसका बाद में अच्छा रिजल्ट होना चाहिए कि हम लोग को बहुत यहाँ में बहुत तकलीफ से जी चुका है हम लोग अभी इस तक ना। हम लोग को मतलब बिना मतलब में किडनैपिंग होता है, और फिर हम लोग को मतलब तरह तरह का मतलब डिमांड आता है, ऐसे करके कुछ साल से हम लोग ऐसे जी के आ रहे हैं।
हमारा TCL को शांति चाहिए, और ये अभी जो फिलहाल हो रहा है कंडीशन किडनैपिंग वगैरह, वो सब बंद होना चाहिए यहाँ पे।
The message is very loud and clear. The insurgent groups, they should understand that we too are humans, and then we also have our rights to live. Therefore, it is our appeal, a very strong appeal, that हमको जीने दो, let peace prevail in Longding district and also in the TCL region.
The protesters carried placards which slammed the NSC and KYA for this spate of kidnappings, extortions, collection of so-called house taxes, besides others. The protests have been led by the Wancho Council, and at least 30 villagers, each from over 60 villages in the TCL region, took part in the protests. The Wanchos inhabiting the insurgency-affected Longding district of Arunachal Pradesh turned up in large numbers in Longding and Kanubari towns to stage a massive protest against the illegal taxation and abduction being carried out by the NSC and KYA in the region. Holding placards and banners inscribed with "No extortion, no kidnapping, and no more humiliation," the angry villagers shouted slogans against the atrocities of the insurgent groups. The deep resentment against the insurgent groups was evident from the emotionally charged atmosphere during the protest rallies.
Public representation with two charters of demand. One is sealing of porous border, international border, Myanmar with India, so that the gateway of insurgent is stopped. And other demand, we are going to submit and place it rehabilitation package for the cadres who want to surrender and would like to come in the mainstream to lead a normal life. The people are very much unhappy over the frequent kidnapping. So through this platform, I would like to send the message of the voice of Vancho to the NSNKYA to shun the violence in the Tirap Changlang Longding region so that peace and tranquility is maintained and allow us to lead a normal life as the liberty we have been enshrined by the Constitution of India and as per the natural justice of the God.
फ्रिक्वेंटली 3-4 महीना हो चुका है कि हम लोग का वांचो गांबूरास जीपीसी जीपीएम पीआरआई लीडर्स जो राजास उन लोग को किडनैप किया गया है तो इसलिए हम लोग जो पब्लिक का सेंटीमेंट है पब्लिक का मैसेज है एनएसएन केवाई को कि ऐसा ना करे और ले जाके थर्ड कंट्री में बर्मा में रख देता है बर्मा में रख कर रैंसम मनी मांगता है सौदा करता है तो अभी भी ऑलरेडी उन लोग का कैप्टिव में 2 है एक चातोंग का जीबी है और पुमाऊ का एक पीआरआई लीडर है अभी भी उन लोग का पास में बर्मा में कैप्टिव है इसलिए ये आवाज़ है ये पब्लिक का सेंटीमेंट है कि हम लोग एक तो मीडिया का जरिए हम लोग मैसेज एनएसएन केवाई को पहुंचा रहा हूं कि दोबारा ऐसा ना करे इसलिए ये हम लोग आज ये बड़ा प्रोटेस्ट रैली तीसरे रीजन में इसलिए किया है
The rally proceeded towards the Longding Deputy Commissioner's office, where the protesters submitted a memorandum to the DC.
So, sir, you have received this memorandum. What do you like?
Definitely, I have received it. I will further submit it to the main machineries of the state government, that is Governor, Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Chief Secretaries, and all the prominent personalities of which has been given, which has been mentioned in the memorandum today itself.
So, sir, what assurance would you like to give for the time being, at least?
This is the wish of the people, and they have submitted a permission order, submitted a prayer for permission to conduct this protest rally. Then I had to give my permission yesterday, and it is the will and the wishes of the people of this district, and for the peace, tranquility, welfare, and individual and area development of these eastern 3 regions.
It may be mentioned here that in the last couple of months alone, 11 cases of kidnappings for ransom have taken place in the TCL region. Locals are also reportedly forced to pay the so-called house and indent taxes. And furthermore, 2 persons from Longding district are still in the captivity of NSCN KYA at the moment.
जो भी किडनैपिंग हो रहा है केवाई पार्टी इंसर्जेंसी के ग्रुप की तरफ से मैं इसको कंडेम करता हूँ। उसके बाद एक दुख की बात है, एक सेंटिमेंट है कि भारत को 15 अगस्त 1947 में आज़ादी मिल चुका है, लेकिन हमारा तहसील एरिया में अभी तक आज़ादी नहीं मिला है। मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि हमारा जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया है, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ स्टेट है, क्या कर रहा है। हर दिन एक किडनैपिंग होता है। ऐसे लगता है कि सब्जी मंडी में जाके कोई सब्जी को ले जा रहा है, कोई आलू ले जा रहा है, कोई बंदा को भी ले जा रहा है। इसी तरह तहसील में हर एक दिन एक ना एक, चाहे जीबी हो, चाहे पीआरए मेंबर्स हो, चाहे गांव के अथॉरिटीज हो, उसको ले जा रहा है। तो मैं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से भी, इसके बाद गवर्नमेंट ऑफ अरुणाचल से भी रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ कि इसमें थोड़ा सा ध्यान दें। अभी यहाँ में घर हम बनाता है, लेकिन टैक्स हमको देना पड़ता है, घर का टैक्स पैसा हमको देना पड़ता है। कम से कम आदमी का टैक्सेशन तो नहीं लेने से ठीक है, तो हम लोग को पीस चाहिए। अभी 60 प्लस विलेजेस है, सभी राजा यहाँ में आगे बोलना मुश्किल है। ये सबका दिल का आवाज है, सबका सेंटीमेंट है। सभी राजा ने जो 60 प्लस जो जीबीस राजा है, सभी ने बोला है कि राजा को रिप्रेजेंट करो। मैं 60 प्लस वांचो राजा सभी वांचो के हित में मैं बोल रहा हूँ, we want peace, we want peace.
On to now the top story at this hour, viewers. 3 days on, and Van Ramchuangi, or popularly known as Ruatfella Nu, is still going strong with a silent protest in front of the Environment, Forest and Climate Observation Department in Mizoram capital Aizawl. It may be mentioned here that Nu is demanding a halt to the highway expansion and widening works that have been undertaken by the NHIDCL. Meanwhile, the Mizoram government has taken strong exception to the protest of Ruatfella, following which new steps have been taken up. Speaking to Northeast Live, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests, Jitendra Kumar, said that necessary directives have been issued to the concerned DFOs to conduct site verification and take immediate action if any violation is observed. And besides, the PCCF also maintained that the government is committed to maintaining a clean and green environment in the state.
We all are committed and we all are working to maintain a clean, green and healthy environment in the state of Mizoram. And that is a necessity for healthy living in the state. We are all trying to maintain a healthy forest cover. We are all trying to control all types of pollution. And we want to achieve that collectively. We can achieve that in a collaborative approach. Let us work together, all of us, the government, the non-government organization, the public, village level institutions, the experts, technical institutions, all of us, all the stakeholders, we can work together to achieve that objective of having a very healthy environment in the state of Mizoram. Thank you.
And earlier in the morning, a team of the Department of Environment, Forests and Climate Conservation met the activist during her ongoing protest and assured of looking into her demands. On the other hand, Ruatfella Nu also maintained that the talks were positive. However, expressing discontentment, Ruatfella Nu said that things could have moved faster, although the government had issued a show-cause notice to the NHIDCL over the matter on the 24th of May. According to Ruatfella Nu, the government should have taken action as per the show-cause notice already served in 2021, and that there is no necessity of waiting for the NHIDCL's reply to the May 24th show-cause notice.
Somni panga ton kham nge khan show-cause notice an pele a ni sari hunan pe a chu kai ni chan pek ngai kan ti tolo 2021 September le December an pek a an siam thalo le an ti thalo environment ti chat in ti thalo chan action kan lang ti kha enga tinge Mizoram Environment and Forest Climate Change an ken kolo so wangin somni pasari khan PCCF an lekha ka thelu ta chan demand pali kan ya heng te hi in ti hlotin lo chuan in ti hlotin ma chan in office ko ta hian NHIDCL hi kalo not prevent chu.
Meanwhile, other environment activists have also joined Ruatwela News agitation, expressing solidarity to her cause.
This is purely from the youth perspective. Uh, you may not see much of us today, but we just want to let the people of Mizoram and especially the government that there are enthusiastic youth who are concerned about our environment and we are aware of what Fellows protest and we are fully supporting our protest. This silent protest will go on as long as we feel our demand has not been met yet. Uh, the reason being is the NSIDCL have already been given a so-called notice by Mizoram Pollution Control Board twice last year, that is in September and December, but no action has been taken yet. And the reason we are protesting here today is that we demand urgent action taken by the government, by the Forest Department against NHIDCL for all the damage done, and a proper environmental impact assessment is being done. So this protest will go on as long as it needs to be, and until we meet our demands and needs are being met. The recent talks that happened just this morning was pretty good, but there's no assurance that they have not given us any assurance what action they will take. But we'll wait for them a bit. But as while we are waiting for them, we will be sitting here. We cannot be sure of what the outcome will be. But yes, the protest will go on.
Ruatwela News' main charge is that the huge quantity of soil excavated during the highway widening and construction process have been dumped on these slopes and are finding their way into a few key rivers that are choking the flow. These rivers, she says, are a source of sustenance for the people of Mizoram. Here, she highlighted that the developmental projects at the mouth of the Tlawang River has had terrible effects. And on to the big story from Assam now. The alleged mastermind behind the Batadrawa arson case, Ashikul Islam, is dead. That's right, viewers. As per inputs, the accused, who was only arrested yesterday, died after he was knocked down by a police vehicle in Nagaon after he escaped from the Nagaon police custody. The incident reportedly took place when the police had taken him to his residence in Juria Sonaibari for carrying out investigation into the case. Subsequently, while coming back, the accused allegedly tried to escape by jumping off the vehicle in Raidongia area. However, he was knocked down by a second police van. It may be mentioned here that the police have recovered a .22 and a 7.65 pistol and several rounds of live bullets.
আছিকুল ইছলামক আমি কালি কৰায়ত্ব কৰিছিলোঁ তাক ইণ্টাৰোগেশ্যন কৰাৰ পিছত তেওঁ এডমিট কৰিছে যে তেওঁৰ ঘৰত আৰ্মছ আছে আৰু আমি বিশেষকৈ বিচাৰি আছিলোঁ যে সি ভিডিঅ' বিলাকত ওলাই আছিলে ৰঙা টি শ্বাৰ্ট এটা পিন্ধি পিনে মানুহবোৰক উচতাই আছিলে চ' আমি তাৰ ঘৰত ৰঙা টি শ্বাৰ্টটো আৰু আৰ্মছকেইটা বিচাৰি আমাৰ টীম গ'ল তাৰ ঘৰত আৰ্মছকেইটা পালে এটা 7.62 পিষ্টল এটা .22 পিষ্টল আৰু এমিউনিশ্যন পোৱা গ'ল 7টা গুলি পোৱা গৈছে আৰু ৰেড টি শ্বাৰ্টটো আমি পালোঁ সেইখিনি চিজ কৰাৰ পিছত তেওঁক লৈ অনা হৈছিলে লৈ আনোতে ৰাইডিঙিয়াত তেওঁ গাড়ীৰ পৰা পলাবলৈ চেষ্টা কৰে তলত পৰিলে পিছফালৰ যোনটো গাড়ী আছিলে সেইটো খুন্দা লাগি পিনে তেওঁ আহত হয় আহত হোৱাৰ লগে লগে আমি হস্পিটেলত লৈ আহিলোঁ হস্পিটেলত ডক্টৰে ক'লে তেওঁ ঢুকাইছে বুলি আৰক্ষী গাড়ী আছিলে আমাৰ 3জন পুলিচ এজন SI আৰু এজন ড্ৰাইভাৰ কনষ্টেবল যোনে গাড়ী চলাই আছিলে আৰু এজন হোমগাৰ্ড ইনজৰ হৈছে তেওঁৰ মোবাইল ফোনটো আমি চিজ কৰিছোঁ তাৰ পৰা আমি আৰু টেকনিকেল এনালাইচিছ কৰি তাৰ পৰা আৰু কি ওলাই কাক ফোন কৰিছিলে কোনে তেওঁক এইবোৰ কৰিবলৈ তেওঁক যদি কোনোবাই ইনফ্লুৱেঞ্চ কৰিছিলে আমি সেইখিনি পাই যাম তাৰ পৰা ষ্টেটমেণ্ট গোটেইখিনি ৰেকৰ্ড কৰা আছে চাৰ্চ কৰিব যোৱাৰ আগতে আমি তেওঁক পুৰা ইণ্টাৰোগেশ্যন কৰিছোঁ ইণ্টাৰোগেশ্যন সেইখিনি আছে আমাৰ আমি জানাত তেওঁৰটো ক্ৰিমিনেল যোনটো বেকগ্ৰাউণ্ড আছে সি ডকাইতি এইবোৰতে ইনভলভ আছে চ' আমি ফাৰ্ডাৰ ইনভেষ্টিগেশ্যন আৰু আমি কৰিম তাৰপিছত আমি গম পাম কি হৈছে
And we also have first reactions from Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma. Let's listen in.
মোক ৰাতিপুৱা পুলিচে জনাইছে যে এটা ৰোড এক্সিডেণ্টত তেখেতৰ মৃত্যু হৈছে বটদ্ৰৱা থানা জ্বলোৱাটো যিটো ঘটনা হৈছিল সেইটোৱে আমাক সকলোকে ক্ৰোধান্বিত কৰিছিলে আৰু মই ভাবো যে আইনৰ মাজেৰে আৰক্ষীয়ে সকলোকে আদালতৰ মজিয়ালৈ লৈ আহিব পাৰিব শাস্তি পাব কিন্তু দুৰ্ঘটনাটো দুৰ্ঘটনাই গতিকে তাত মোৰ বিশেষ ক'বলগীয়া একো নাই আৰু কিয় জ্বলোৱা হ'ল কিয় এইটো কৰা হ'ল মই ভাবো লাহে লাহে পুলিচে গোটেইখিনি কথা পোহৰলৈ আনিব পাৰিব
Well, Ashikul was caught on camera moments before he died. Our group channel News Live was on the spot when Ashikul was being taken for the investigation. Take a look. Also worth mentioning here, viewers, Ashikul was allegedly one of the main instigators of the incident. As you can see on your screens, Ashikul, who is seen wearing a red t-shirt, was caught on camera provoking the mob to attack the police station and set it ablaze. On to another big story now. BJP's campaigning for the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council got a high-profile push today as Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma addressed multiple rallies in the Hill District today. Chief Minister Sharma, during his rallies, primarily harped on the BJP's sole agenda of ensuring development for all. Besides, Sharma also highlighted about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit to the Hill District, where he laid base and also launched key projects worth over rupees 300 crore.
এই 30 মে তাৰিখে প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী নৰেন্দ্ৰ মোদী ডাঙৰীয়াই আমাৰ ভাৰতৰ প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী হিচাপে আজি 8টা বছৰ পূৰ্ণ কৰিলে হি তেখেতে আমাৰ বাবে প্ৰায় 300 crores খৰচ কৰি আমাৰ মানজাত এখন ভেটেনাৰী কলেজৰ তেওঁ আধাৰশিলা কৰিলে তাৰ পিছত কাৰ্বি আলঙৰ অটোনমাস কাউন্সিল এৰিয়াত এখন এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ কলেজ এখন গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট কলেজ লগতে আপোনালোকে জানে যে আমাৰ যোৱা 5 বছৰত ডিফুট মেডিকেল কলেজ হ'ল কেন্সাৰ হস্পিটালৰ কাম চলি আছে কেইদিনমানৰ ভিতৰতে আমাৰ কেন্সাৰ হস্পিটাল ৰেডি হৈ যাব ল কলেজৰ কাম চলি আছে আৰু এতিয়া আমি কাৰ্বি আলঙৰ কাৰণে এখন ইউনিভাৰ্সিটি বনাবৰ বাবেও সিদ্ধান্ত লৈছো
Meanwhile, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma maintained that a 3-engine government comprising of the BJP-led centre, state government and the KAAC council will help in bringing transformation within a short period of time.
যে এখন ট্ৰেইনৰ আগত এটা যদি ইঞ্জিন থাকে হি কিমান স্পিডত চলিব 100 স্পিডত লগত যদি আৰু এটা ইঞ্জিন লগাই দিয়ে 200 স্পিড আৰু এটা যদি ইঞ্জিন লগাই দিয়ে 300 স্পিডত আজি কাৰ্বি আলঙৰ লগত এটা নৰেন্দ্ৰ মোদীৰ দিল্লীৰ ইঞ্জিন আছে দিছপুৰৰ এটা বিজেপিৰ ইঞ্জিন আছে আৰু ডিফুটো যদি বিজেপিৰ চৰকাৰ হৈ যায় কাৰ্বি আলঙৰ লগত তিনটা ইঞ্জিনে কাৰ্বি আলঙৰ ৰেল চলাব তিনটা ইঞ্জিন বেলেগ ষ্টেটত মোদী ডাঙৰীয়াই কয় ডাবল ইঞ্জিন আৰু ডিফুত আমাৰ 3টা ইঞ্জিন কাৰণ দিল্লী দিছপুৰ ডিফু আৰু 3টা ইঞ্জিনে যেতিয়া এটা ৰেল গাড়ী দৌৰাব এটো কিমান স্পিডত দৌৰিব হয়নে ঠিক কৈছো নে মই সেই কাৰণে ৰাইজ আমি 3টা ইঞ্জিনৰ কাৰণে ভোট দিব লাগিব আপোনালোকে হৰেন সিং বেক ভোট দিলে দিল্লীৰ ইঞ্জিন দি দিলে আমাৰ দৰসিং দাক ভোট দিলে দিছপুৰৰ ইঞ্জিন দি দিলে এতিয়া কাছে বাইদক ভোট দিলে ডিফুৰ ইঞ্জিনো হৈ গল দিল্লী দিছপুৰ ডিফু
And on the other hand, Chief Minister Sharma also lashed out at the opposition and compared them to a deflated football.
আৰু চাব গলে 3টাই ডি হয় দিল্লীও ডি দিছপুৰো ডি ডিফু ডি হয় না ট্ৰিপল ডি হয় না নহয় এতিয়া মাজত যদি কিবা টৰ্চ লাইট এছডিসি কিবা সোমাই যায় বিলাকৰ কি হ'ব ভেলকি বহি থাকিব এটো চলাব নোৱাৰে হয় না নহয় কিবা ইয়াৰ ভ্যালু আছে নেকি খালি কাৰ্বি আলঙত আগতে মাৰ পিট লগাই পৰিৱেশ বেয়া কৰিলে নে এইবিলাক কাম নিৰ্দলীয় কৰিব নোৱাৰে ফুটবলত পামেই নাই ক'ৰ পৰা ফুটবল মাৰিব হয়নে নহয় কাৰ্বি আলঙৰ ল'ৰা ফুটবল খেলে নে নাই ফুটবল খেলে পাম নহলে ফুটবল গোল পোষ্টত যাব পাৰিব এএছডিচিৰ পাম আছে টৰ্চ লাইটৰ পাম আছে নিৰ্দলীয়ৰ পাম আছে আজি দিনতো হাইয়েষ্ট পাম তুলিৰাম ৰঙাঙৰে চলি আছে হয়নে নহয় আৰু কাছে বাইদেউৰ চলি আছে হয়নে গতিকে পাম থকা ফুটবলতহে আমি ফুটবল খেলিব লাগিব নহলে পাম নোহোৱা ফুটবলত ফুটবল খেলি লাভ নাই হয়নে নহয় আগতে কাৰ্বি আলঙত আছিলে সব পাম নোহোৱা ফুটবলত ফুটবল চলি আছিলে সেইকাৰণে না গোল হয় না জিকিব পাৰে খালি ঘাম ওলাই কাম নহয় এতিয়াতো কমসে কম গোল গৈ পোষ্টত পৰে হয়নে ইমান বিলাক কাম হৈ আছে
And with that, we've come to the end of our news bulletin. Stay tuned to Northeast Live for more news and updates. Thank you for watching. Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.
Oh, ba? Oh, ba?
অপূৰ্ব ভেৰাইটি অপূৰ্ব মূল্য ডাউনলোড মিছো
আনন্দৰ উৎসৱ বিহু আহিছে ঘৰে ঘৰে আহাৰৰ সোৱাদ জাগিছে এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ উইশেছ ইউ এ হেপী বিহু এভৰিডে স্পাইচ
Trending issues of the day.